Hey everyone, it's Lizzie and welcome back to my channel. Today I am setting up my February monthly budget. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I have this set up and what tools I use, then keep on watching. So I always start out with looking at what I have on the calendar. So I figure out when bills are due. All of my bills are on auto debit. So I have to make sure that I have enough money in my bank account to cover those bills. I also plan on any appointments that I have. So like February the 4th, I have a dentist appointment. So I just have to plan for those things. And then holidays and birthdays, things like that, I like to keep on here. And something new that I am doing this year is the Budget Moms Savings Challenge. And it's a course that she has, and I have enrolled in that course. And I got all of the material, so I'm so excited. So in February, her challenge is to save $25 a week, and to pick any day of the week to do that. So the day that I plan on doing it is on Fridays because I would have been paid by that time. So I'll be able to figure out where I can get those dollars to save in that envelope for February. And then of course I do want to continue saving for Christmas. That's another thing that she recommends, is to start saving as early as possible. So in the beginning of the year, try to make a plan of how much you want to spend for Christmas. And that can also include if you go Black Friday shopping or Cyber Monday, to make a plan and be realistic with yourself. So I have that in the works for the challenges. And then something that I am doing in February is to really focus on meal planning, because we were doing this for a few weeks, and then we were a part of a Daniel fast, and that kind of got pushed aside, and we were still meal planning for that specific fast, which is, if you don't know what the Daniel fast is, just Google it. It has a ton of information. So I really wanted to meal plan, and specifically using my crock pot, and to save time in my evenings. And yeah, so I have my goal to do crock pot meals every day, give or take. So I think I will have like maybe one day during the week where we will like have leftovers, or if we happen to go out or something like that. So yeah, that's why I have crockpot meals listed down below. But that's kind of my month overview. Now let's go ahead and get into my February monthly budget. So I am going to be looking at my screen, which I use every dollar. This is where I plug in all of my numbers. It's really simple for you to do. There's an app, but I love doing this. It's so helpful. But I do like to see it here on paper when I am doing like my paycheck budgets and such. So we're going to go ahead and get started doing my February monthly budget. So I only focus on our full-time jobs for my husband and for me. And this is the worst case scenario of what our income will be. So $21.77 for my husband, and then $1,900 for me. So let's add up what the total is. It is $40.77. Now, my online income, I don't include it here in this particular budget because I don't know what my income is going to be month by month for my online income. That's why I don't include online income on this particular budget sheet. It just makes sense for me. So now, before I write in any numbers, I want to show you my breakdown of the 80-20 rule. This is something that we have incorporated in our budget, and it has helped us a ton with how we know to break down our budget. So 80% of our income is going to be towards all of our expenses. So any of our spending money, Anything going out, it's under the 80% of what our income is. The other 20% is split up in 10%, right? So the first 10%, we put it towards our tithe, and then the other 10% of our income is what we are planning on using for savings, and then also for paying off extra towards our debt. You can put it all towards savings, or you can put it all towards debt. It all depends on what your family's goals are, what your goals are. So I went ahead and I broke it down already. So this is the total income, 4077. 80% of 4077, just so you guys can see, 4077 times 0.8 is 3261.60. 10% of that is 407, and then the other is going to be put towards the savings or paying off debt. Now this has been, like I said, a game changer for us since we've incorporated this as part of our budget. So we're going to go ahead and write in these numbers. So 407 is what I am setting aside for tithe. Our offering, this is something that we pay monthly towards a ministry. So that's why I have that as $20. So 427 is what we are putting towards giving for the month of February. Now let's move on to our expenses. So looking at the calendar, I know what has to be paid, and what the dollars amounts are. Now, if I don't know, like for example, my electricity, I don't know what the actual amount of that cost is. So we're just gonna highball it and say, we think it's this number. So for that one, that's the only one that I don't know what the actual amount is, but we plugged in a number and hopefully it's within that amount and we can adjust if it's not. So the first item that I am gonna write in is my mortgage, which the amount is $114.73.30. And then we have our HOA that we put money aside for because this is paid quarterly. So every 3 months we make a payment to our homeowners association. And then we have our water bill. We did receive the actual amount, which is $74.86. But our electricity bill, we have not received the bill. So we're just budgeting out $100 and hopefully that's okay. Our phone is $96.17. Internet, we still have not called to get it canceled or anything, but it is $69.99 still. So hopefully this month we can make it our goal to see about canceling it and then me calling to have a new plan and possibly get a discount or a promotion. And then we have ADT, which is $58.42. I'm gonna move down to our gas. Our gas, we're budgeting the $300. SunPass, $95. I'm gonna put groceries here, and groceries is always $300 for us, $75 each week. And then we have our subscriptions. So Spotify is $14.99, and then I have iTunes for like my iCloud storage, it's 99 cents. We have Disney Plus, which is $6.99. There's our car insurance, which is $170.21. ID theft is $12.90. And then we have 2 life insurance policies. Let me add those 2 up. There's my life insurance, which is $12.70, and then my husband's is $17.78. So $30.48 is what the life insurance is. And then we have I'm gonna write it in here, our credit card. And the amount that we pay towards that is $67 is what the bill amount is. So that is everything for our amounts that we pay out here for the fixed and the variable expenses. So let's go ahead and just add up all of these so we can see what we are left with and if we are within this amount for the 80%. Okay, so the total amount is $28.55.30. So let's see what we have remaining. So we have the 4077 minus the 427 minus the 2855.30. Okay, 794.70 is the remaining budget. But then again, we have this $67, so we have to figure that out too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just deduct that 67, since that's a debt payment, so that's why it's off to the side here. So we still have $727.70. I'm just gonna make a little note right here. So here's what I look at when I do my budget. Based on the 80%, we said that there was $32.61 to be within that 80%. This is anything that is going to be paid out, fixed expenses, variable expenses, and sinking funds, right? So we're going to take the $32.61.60, which is this number right here, and we're going to subtract this total expenses amount. So the $28.55.30. And then I'm also going to subtract that $67 right here to the credit card, because that's a part of our expenses, right? So this gives me a total for sinking funds. $339.30 is what we have left over. But I'm going to go ahead and also subtract this $20 for that offering, because this is something that comes out every month that we pay to a ministry. So what we have to set aside for sinking funds is $319 is what should be set aside for sinking funds and what to budget for to be within that 80%. If this is making sense right now that you're watching, make sure to leave it a thumbs up, or just say, I got it and I want to try it in the comment section down below. But so now I know what I can put towards sinking funds. And again, I just use this monthly budget as a guide. My paycheck budgets are really where I get into the details, but at least I know how much I can put towards sinking funds, and I can talk with my husband and say, what are we gonna put aside for this month, and what would we wanna maybe put less in, and have a discussion. And it's really important to do that if you are a married couple, or if you're just, you're living with someone and you guys are doing your finances together. You really need to be on the same page when it comes to your finances. All right, so sinking funds. These are our sinking funds that we are going to be setting aside this month, which is our anniversary. We have our car maintenance, gifts, Christmas, date night. We're not putting anything to eating out because, like I mentioned, this month we are setting a challenge for us to have crockpot home cooked meals. So we're not going to be putting money aside for eating out. We have our home, we have medical, pet, spending, toiletries, and vacation. So to be within that 320 budget, to be on track for 80%, anniversary is getting $20. Car maintenance is getting $10. Gifts is getting $20. Christmas is getting $100. Date night is getting $25. Home is getting $10. Medical, this is for co-pays and things, is getting $50. Pet is getting $45. Spending is getting $20. Toiletries is getting $10, and then vacation is getting $10. So this should be right about $319. So let's just go ahead and add it up. All right, $320. So that's pretty accurate. Yes, $320. So it's just $1 off, but that's perfectly fine. So now we get to the savings portion and our debt. So we said that $407.70 is what is going to be contributed to our savings or towards debt. So what is it that we are planning on doing with this extra money? First thing, we're going to see what we have left to put into these two categories. So the $794.70, we're going to subtract the $320, and then we're going to subtract that $67. So it is correct, $407.70 $2,070. We have been putting all of our extra funds to our savings account. And my husband and I, to be fair with each other, my husband is really wanting to pay off debt and I'm really wanting to save the money. So we kind of have this opposite thing going on. So what I figured is, you know what? Why not just do both? And I know that this is completely not what Dave Ramsey would say, but I need to do what's best for my family. And right now, we want to pay off debt and we also want to save. So we kind of have to balance each other out, and that is okay. It is okay to do that. I want to stress that it is fine to do that. We have money in our savings account to cover any like emergencies that were to come up. So I'm okay with kind of halting that just a little bit. So I figured we can just split this total. So what is 407.70 divided by 2? It gives us about $203, $204. So that's what we are going to be doing. We are now going to start focusing on putting money to pay off extra towards our debt, to make an extra debt payment. So emergency, we are going to put the 203.70, and the extra debt, we're going to put 204 extra debt. So 204 is going to be, hopefully this month, if everything works out as planned, we will make an extra $204 a payment towards our credit card debt, because that's the only debt that we have right now besides our house. So I'm really excited about that. That's amazing. So let's see, 204 plus the 67 that we pay. So $271 is what we will be making to our debt to reach our goal of becoming debt free. Now, I do want to point out one thing about my sinking funds. So you guys might be wondering, well, these numbers are kind of low. Lizzie, are you realistically only going to spend, like for yourself, for pleasure, $20? Well, this is why I am loving the Budget Moms Savings Challenge. So because February is Valentine's Day, my husband and I, we really don't celebrate Valentine's Day. We focus more towards our anniversary and birthdays. That's like our big thing, because I feel like everybody's celebrating Valentine's Day and it's not special to us. If any of you are on the same page as me, let me know. But I don't know, that's just kind of how we are. We usually will like stay home and watch a movie and, spend time together, but we really don't go all out on Valentine's Day. So for the Budget Moms Savings Challenge for January, the goal is to have $69 saved. So right now, as I'm filming this, there is $45 in here. And then next week, I will add more money in here based on my cash envelopes. So I plan on using this money to just treat ourselves. And whether that be us going shopping, but this is going to be added to our spending, whatever is in here. And we never really like go out and spend and go clothes shopping or anything like that. So this is what we're going to be putting towards spending. And yes, we are not putting it towards debt, but that is okay. We can do whatever we want with our money. It's our money. So that is what I plan on doing with the money that I had saved for the January's savings challenge of the Budget Mom. So that's why these numbers are a little bit low, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So this is my February monthly budget overview. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you found some insight on how I am using the 80-20 rule. Let me know if you guys have tried it or you plan on trying it. I'd love to hear if you've been successful with that, if it's working for you. Because again, what works for one, it may not work for all. So this is just how our budget looks like. And I really hope that it's inspired you to get on a written budget and really handle your finances wisely. So that is everything for today's video. I will see you guys in a brand new one. Bye guys.